his first WWE title, but even back then, when Gunther was 18, he didn't love John Cena. He looked at John Cena as a stain on the purity of professional wrestling. So 20 years later, a win for Gunther almost feels like the culmination of a 20-year self-directed prophecy to protect the sanctity of professional wrestling. But if you ask Gunther, in order to protect that sanctity of professional wrestling, tonight in DC, he must make John Cena give up. That's all for me. Let's send things over to Peter Rosenberg for more on the festivities tonight.
Thank you very much, Byron. And you just referenced Washington, D.C., all right? And we talk about how personal this night is to John Cena. But when you see the energy here of my DMV brethren, you understand the John Cena thing, it's not just about John Cena. It really is about all of us. John Cena is what brought me back to professional wrestling 20 years ago. John Cena is what brought so many of these people back to wrestling. So I think as we watch this match tonight and we reflect on the career of John Cena, we also think about how much we love WWE in part because of John Cena. And on a separate note, DC here's to talk about Chicago, about New York. Tess, Wade, I think the DMV has something to prove tonight.
Listen, a DC native can say that. This was a bit of a talk about. If you follow the industry, people were saying he's a Boston guy. And then there's MSG. He had his massive Boston moment of winning the IC title. He had his MSG goodbye. DC has proved it already tonight. I mean, this crowd is amazing tonight. Let's get into something that was said by Byron, and that is the mindset of Gunther going into this match, Big E. Gunther has come out and he said the other day, John Cena is the greatest sports entertainer of all time, but I'm the best professional wrestler of all time, and there was a specific emphasis on that comment.
Look, one of the things I love about Gunther is there's a big contrast of styles here. He's not someone who yearns to be a sports entertainer. He's not looking for a catchy catchphrase. He's not looking for the hottest merch. He's not trying to be the biggest merch mover in WWE. Gunther is here to punish. And I love that Gunther's focus is not just on beating John Cena, not just getting that final win, but John Cena's mantra, the vast majority of his career has been about not giving up. He wants to make sure that when John Cena goes out
What's going on? What's going on? How are y'all doing?
I think Gunther's focus is unparalleled. Rosenberg made a
How are you doing?
A while ago. He's already retired Goldberg. Is he going to add another massive name onto that list of people he's retired?
John Cena epitomizes everything that Gunther has always hated about this industry. He is the
What's going on, y'all? How are y'all doing?
Of what Gunther sees as being the traditions and respect of this game. The mat is sacred. That comes from Gunther, and you know for a fact that a guy who enters the ring wearing
Watching Saturday Night Main Event Countdown Show.
Jeans, shorts, whatever you want to call them.
John Cena's last matches tonight.
Gunther wants to eradicate that from the industry, and like him or not, agree with him or not, it's Gunther's way or the highway in the mind of the ring general.
You know, just
If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel if you're new.
Your analysis during the John Cena match here tonight.
This is me being polite about John
If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe.
This is John's now.
Hey, by the way, Peter brought up the fact that John Cena is one of these guys that for a certain generation brought you back to pro wrestling. Look at the career accolades and think that this.
I'm not a wrestler. I commentate on wrestling. I usually talk about TNA wrestling. John Cena is retiring tonight, and I am interested into how the night's going to go on. Particularly that Leon Slater, the TNA X Division champion. Particularly the TNA Wrestling's X Division champion, Leon Slater, is in a tag match with John Evans versus Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. I really want Leon Slater to pin AJ Styles. I think that would lead to an AJ Styles versus Leon Slater match in TNA Wrestling.
They've come up watching John Cena. Whether you're a kid now, whether you're an old man, so many of us who love this industry have come up watching this man at the very top of our
Jake the Snake Roberts was definitely a good character. I don't know about a good wrestler, but he was a good character.
Thank
Thanks so much, Joe. It's only appropriate that here in our nation's capital, I'm joined by the Women's United States Champion and one half of the AAA Mixed Tag Team Champions, Chelsea Green. And Chelsea, anyone who has followed your career knows you've overcome a lot of obstacles. But along that road, you've also received some valuable advice from John Cena. So if you don't mind, could you share how Cena's impacted your career?
So, Brian, as your first, fourth, and final United States Women's Champion and mixed triple tag team champion, I don't take advice from just anyone, but I will, however, take advice from the one, the only John Cena. And John Cena once told me that there is no substitute for hard work. So, I gotta get back to work. Ta-ta.
A prime example of hard work in Chelsea Green. I would now send things over to my colleague, Jackie Redmond.
I don't think so.
Byron, thank you so much. I am backstage with the
Call
Heartbreak
it.
Kid himself,
Oh,
Shawn Michaels. Thank you for the time on such a historic night. You know, you have a front row seat to all of the up-and-coming talent in WWE.
I'll be right back.
How have you seen John Cena impact sort of the next generation?
How has John Cena impacted the next generation? No, I'm just kidding. No, look, no, you see it on display tonight. I will say this: John Cena has always been wonderful with NXT. It's on display here tonight, like I mentioned. But every time I've ever asked him for something, he's always done it. John's never said no to me, so we don't say no to John. And the thing is, it'll come down to work ethic. And I know that's probably been said a lot, but John Cena is the hardest working guy anybody will ever meet. And that's what he passes on to the next generation. And if that is the only thing that John Cena passes on, it'll absolutely be a glorious thing, because when everything is said and done, you put the time, the effort, and the work into it, you're going to get the payoff at the end.
Listen, if it's said by many and all of the time, then it's probably because it's true. You know, in sports, we hear all the time.
I can't find
the ultimate pro. Do you think that applies to John Cena?
Well, look, I'm sure I've been doing this a long time. I've been in this business for 40 years. I've never known a top guy that was popular with absolutely everybody under the sun. So I'm sure there's some detractors out there of John Cena. Unfortunately, I am not one of them. And I am telling you right now, John Cena, in my opinion, is one of the rare good dudes in this line of work. I'm sure there's somebody out there that will have an opinion that is different than mine, but all I know is that John Cena was a good man to me, and therefore John Cena is a good man.
Well, listen, enjoy tonight. It's going to be a heck of a show and a historic one in WWE. Thank you for the time.
My pleasure, and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
All right, Tess, back to you.
Thank you, Jackie. The opinion of a Hall of Famer on a future Hall of Famer. This is the Cena Fan Fest outside F Street Northwest, Capital One. Still to come, we're going to be joined by another living legend, the one and only Jesse, the Body Ventura. We will hear everything Jesse says on this historic night. Oh, he never disappoints with the fit. Jesse the Body is here, DC Plus. So many Cena memories through the years. A lasting image, the old school Cena. We'll take a closer look at John Cena's signature as we remember so many moments over the incredible 23 years of the go.
I am issuing a challenge to anyone in that locker room to come down here and face Kurt Angle. There's got to be somebody that 50 years from now, someone may have accepted this challenge.
John is one of those guys that if you give him a challenge, he's going to step up to it. And he's not only going to deliver, he's going to hit a home run.
Who in the hell are you? I'm John Cena. What is the one quality that you possess? Ruthless aggression.
John Cena is really what ruthless aggression was about. You know, it's about guys moving up, about the new era, about younger guys taking over. That's what the ruthless aggression was. It was high action, it was nonstop, and John rose to the occasion. That night he earned my respect.
It's all about class. It's all about sportsmanship. Cena gave Angle all he could handle and then some.
John's debut with Kurt Angle is unforgettable moment. He got The Undertaker welcoming him into the fold.
You could tell when somebody has John Cena. Cena got it, man. He was not scared, and he had passion. That goes a long way with him. Nice job.
John Cena, I have watched you since I was 5 years old, and I'm 26 now. You are really the greatest to ever do it, and I cannot believe that this is finally the end. Thank you for being the GOAT. Thank you for making us never give up.
Let me say something. Cena. I started not liking you, but you helped me realize greatness.
Bye, John Cena. We love you.
I'm from South Korea, and thank you, Cena. I appreciate your passion and love for all of the humankind. Thank you, Cena.
Alors, je tiens à dire un grand merci à John Cena pour tout ce qu'il a accompli. Respect au plus grand catcheur de tous les temps, certainement. Donc, John Cena, merci à toi et, comme on dit en anglais, thank you, Cena.
Thank you, Cena, for what you have done in the WWE. John Cena, c'est mon héros d'enfance. C'est le plus grand catcheur de la WWE. C'est le GOAT ultime. Il a bercé mon enfance. Et le message qu'il transmet, ça m'a toujours aidé. C'est le meilleur, tout simplement. Voilà, merci John Cena.
You're awesome, John. You're the best. We love watching you.
John, you are the most important human being in my life, my childhood hero for life. Such a perfect representation of what a good human being is. I appreciate you so much. I love you so much.
Cena, I love you so much. I came all the way from Singapore to see you, and thank you so much for being a huge part of my childhood. Thank you. Appreciate you.
John Cena, you are the best.
And I just want to say thank you for making me the man that I am today. I grew up my entire childhood watching you, and I will continue to watch you no matter where you go. Thank you again.
Thank you, Cena. Appreciate everything you've done for 25 years in this company. I'm really going to miss you. I'll cry, but I'll also be happy.
Thank you. Thank you, Cena. You can't see him.
Everybody honoring John Cena here in Washington,
What's going on?
DC. We're back in 2009 at Survivor Series. Cena successfully defended the WWE title against Triple H and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match main event.
How would I describe John Cena's career? Well, he's the GOAT of all GOATs. The greatest superstar this business has ever seen.
Congratulations, man. Setting new standards for the industry that nobody's going to touch. Because there's only one John Cena.
I don't think WWE looks anything like it does today without John Cena. Thank you. We will all do everything in our power to leave it better than you leave it.
Sure you want to retire? I think you got a few more years in you.
You can't get out of this, man. We don't let you go. What's the matter with you?
Don't it up, John.
John, thank you for all these years. Thank you for feeding me and my family.
I don't know how to repay the man, and I'm miss him immensely. I probably wouldn't be where I am today without John Cena, considering him one of my best friends in the business. John, all I can simply say is thank you. Thanks for the house.
And it all comes full circle. Another legend arriving, Kurt Angle. It was Angle who stood opposite John Cena when Cena arrived on the main roster with the declaration of ruthless aggression. As we bring you back outside to F Street Northwest, countdown to Saturday night's main event. And by the way,
What's going on?
no Saturday night's main event in the grand history of this broadcast without the man who's in between us now. Please welcome Jesse the Body Ventura. What are we rocking here? We got
bunch of tassels. We got a little Hendrix.
Little Jimi Hendrix. I got my Macho Man Randy Savage beard.
Nice.
I grew this to honor my friend Macho Man Savage, a fellow Hall of Famer. Oh, yeah.
Hey, let's get right into it when it comes to John Cena, because I want some big perspective here. John Cena's influence on the business overall, how would you characterize it?
I would characterize it tops, as high as you can get. Because Cena followed the icon Hulk Hogan for years and years. Then you went through The Rock. Then you went through Stone Cold Steve Austin. And at the turn of the century, arrived John Cena, basically. And John Cena has carried the WWE very much on his shoulders a great deal for the last 20 years. And he needs to be recognized for that. But being Jesse the Body, who always tells it like it is, let me add to this. Remember this. If he won the championship 17 times, that means he lost it 17 times. And who would want to brag about that?
The all-time record in the history of WWE. It's worth bragging. Let's get into that conversation in terms of the influence on the business, because you can measure greatness, Big E, in so many ways when we have the Mount Rushmore. At the end of the day, the promotional business is about putting asses in the seats and eyeballs to the TV.
Absolutely, and definitely during this era, I don't think anyone has done it better than John Cena. Does he make your Mount Rushmore, Jesse?
I would say yes. Yes.
Who else goes out your Mount Rushmore now that we're here?
Well, as much as it peels from my lips, Hogan, irregardless, you can't run from it. You can't run from it. I would say The Rock belongs in there. I would say Stone Cold belongs in there.
Is that your four? That's the four? Stone Cold, Rock, Hogan, and Cena. Is that your Mount Rushmore?
And then of course, sitting atop Rock Rushmore would be Jesse the Body Ventura.
Of course. We're giving out the chisel.
Because, let me state my case. Cena has not run and won governor yet.
All right, hey, wait, let's tell
But I say yet. He might.
Let's tell everybody beyond what we have for our main event, what they're going to see in the matches that you and Michael Cole are going to call.
Well, we got ourselves a showcase for NXT talent who are the future of this industry. This was insisted upon by John Cena himself. So our tech champs, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, are going to be taking on the high-flying 21-year-old duo, Javon Evans and TNA X-Division champion, Leon Slater. Not only that, the great Bayley, the role model herself, is going to be testing out one of the most hyped individuals in NXT, the incredible Sol Ruka. You have to check her out. And then Cody Rhodes, QB1, the face of the franchise, goes head-to-head with perhaps the face of the future, the massively powerful NXT champ, Oba Femi.
What a huge opportunity for the NXT stars to have Cena ask for them to be on this show. Here's their reaction.
To be on John Cena's final show is incredible. I am so honored to be a part of history.
It's an honor, bro. It's a blessing. I grew up watching Cena.
He always said he wanted to leave this place better than he found it. And I believe strongly that he has done that. He has left it better for people like me to step in. So John, very important to me.
WrestleMania is huge. SummerSlam is huge. Survivor Series is huge. But they come around every year. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. There's only one John Cena's last show. And I take huge personal pride in having a spot on this card.
John Cena means so much to the WWE. He's an inspiration. He is the GOAT. No matter if you're a wrestling fan or not, everyone knows who John Cena is.
John deserves his farewell, his big celebration, and I wish him the best.
Mr. Cena, I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you've done for me, for WWE, for little Javon. Like, hey, you did your thing. I'm about to show out for OG. Know what I mean?
with NXT champion Oba Femi. First off, congratulations on tonight. We just heard you talking about what it means to be a part of all of this, but now you're actually here living in the moment. What does it feel like, man?
For a very long time, I was a big fish in a small pond. I performed on the biggest stage of NXT, 16,000 people. But tonight is different, because tonight is an even bigger stage due to the fact that it's John Cena's very last match. And I think it's symbolic that John's end is my beginning. And the man standing across the ring from me tonight is Cody Rhodes. And Cody thinks that the future is this distant thing and this thing that is yet to come. But that's where I disagree, because I think the future
Is
has
now.
arrived. So just like I said last night, in the spirit of hustle, loyalty, and respect, Cody, your time is up, and my time is now.
All right, well, thank you for the time and good luck tonight. Let's check in with Sam and Megan.
Thanks, Jackie. We're here with Leon Slater and Javon Evans. Guys, we know how much John Cena has meant to you throughout his career. We know what a big deal tonight's match is for you. But when you wake up this morning, when you get to this building, when you realize this is real and this is now, what is going on in your brains and in your gut?
A lot's going on in my brain, a lot's going on in my gut, but I'm going to give you a little play-by-play today. I woke up, I can't lie, I was nervous as hell. I got to the building, I can't lie, I was nervous as hell, but then I see my boy, I seen the ring, and I'm excited. We're going to make some history tonight, and we're going to show the WWE Universe exactly who Javon Evans and Leon Slater is. You get me?
No, that's real. I mean, I woke up this morning, I was nervous as hell. I got in my rental, nervous as hell. Showed up to the arena, I was nervous as hell, but I saw my boy in the ring, and I was still nervous as hell. But, nah, man, we're blessed, and we're ready for this opportunity, for sure. Very excited.
You can't overstate the magnitude of this moment tonight, but does it get elevated at all by the fact that you will be standing across the ring from AJ Styles and Dragon Lee?
Of course, you know, this is a tag team that is on top of the tag team division. Like, they're the champs, you know, but I feel like tonight is an opportunity to where we can prove that we can hang with the big dogs. Most definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's what we're going to do, bro. We're going to hang with them big dogs. Dragon Lee is one of the best in the world right now, and as a TNA talent myself, I cannot wait to step in the ring with the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
It's one of those words that's getting thrown around a lot tonight. Opportunity. I can't wait for it. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, that great Slater accent from north of Manchester, not far away from Preston North, and I see you rocking the hoodie there tonight, Wade Barrett. All right, let's get into the discussion. They talk about their nerves when they get a spotlight opportunity like this. John Cena giving these young NXT superstars, Jesse, a huge opportunity to build on their future. Well, it's huge for them because this is a mega day. This is a huge day in the WWE. John Cena's retiring. He will be no more. Now, I would say this. I think John Cena's crazy. Now, let's look this in perspective. He's lucky in one aspect because he's choosing his time to retire. He's making that choice. Some of us didn't get that choice of when to retire. Cena gets that opportunity, but the point I'm going to make, why would you want to retire with Gunther? He would be the last person I would want to have as my last match. This guy is a destroyer. Look what he did to Goldberg. He retired him too. You know, and you want I think Cena's crazy for ending up with Gunther as his final match.
I've got to agree with you, Jesse. He said he wanted to fight the very best. Those words are easy when they come out of your mouth. But then when you're faced with reality, like John Cena will be tonight against the Ring General, he may come to regret those words.
You know, in our business, there are certain assignments you get as a broadcaster that you think about years in advance, and then they creep up on you for months and months. Even if you've called every big moment there is to call in this industry tonight, Michael Cole has that assignment that he's been thinking about for years and years and months and months. Good evening, Michael.
Hey, Joe, thank you. And I'm actually in the entranceway where in just a few hours from now, the greatest of all time, John Cena, will make his final entrance as he heads to the ring for the final match of his career. And I'm also very excited tonight because the person running camera for me for this shot right now is none other than Stu, the world famous Stu, who of course has made a name for himself by following John Cena in his entrances throughout the years. I am so excited. I am so honored. I'm so privileged to be able to sit at ringside tonight with my great friend Wade Barrett and call all the action of John Cena's final match. More on that as the countdown show rolls on. One word comes to mind when you think of John Cena, and to me that word is success. John Cena's been successful not only in the ring as a 17-time world champion, he's been successful, of course, in Hollywood. He's a successful businessman, and he's a successful philanthropist. Just imagine the hundreds and hundreds of kids who've had their life changed as part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Success was a key word in the interview when John sat down with award-winning reporter Tom Rinaldi.
What is success as you define it?
To me, success is simply just fulfillment that you did the best with life. And however that's going to be different for anyone, I know what my lane is. I use the term earn the sunset a lot.
It's been a day. Yeah, right. All right, that's good. I like it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just hectic. It feels good. Pretty much what I'm going on and saying right now. Yeah.
So I think me trying to earn the sunset, there's a whole lot of D- days. There's some D+ days. There's some C- days. There's a lot of B days. There's very, very few A+ days. But when you get an A+, it means something. And it sets a standard. And maybe you're like, oh man, maybe I can try to push a little further than that.
What would an A+ day be for you, John?
Those moments where you're filled with the euphoria that is life.
Can I have a hug? Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for coming by and never look. You smell this good on stage? Look at that, right on.
It's like indescribable. That's the best way I can describe it. That lasting for 24 hours. And gosh, like my wedding is a day that I can say like A+ day. But that also came with tremendous preparation. So I think success to me is just earning the sunset, feeling fulfilled, being gracious enough to grade yourself, where a failure is a 59 and down.
You know, this whole interview with the great Tom Rinaldi can be seen on WWE's YouTube channel right now. So much more to talk about as it comes to John Cena. I'll be back in just a little bit.
Look forward to that. Michael Cole, looking forward to that indeed. But guess who's joining us next here on the countdown to Saturday night's main event? We told you many guests, and here's one of the great ones. Sami Zayn!
Welcome aboard, mate. Good to see you, Joe. Thanks for having me.
DC, what's up? It all began with John Cena for Sami Zayn, and we will get his thoughts on this amazing evening. How about this crowd, huh? How about this crowd?
DC, underrated crowd, man. Sneaky, great crowd. Nobody mentions them. You guys were talking about that.
Plus,
no one mentions DC.
Coming up,
the great crowd.
We will have the Game, the cerebral assassin, Triple H, will reflect on all the years with John Cena as the countdown to Saturday night's main event rolls on. Of course, John Cena has so many catchphrases, but it's those four invisible words that may be the most unique in all of sports.
Can't see me. I remember way back then we used to hang. You can't see me.
You can't see me.
You can't see me.
It's not just the words, it's the hand gesture.
You're seeing pro athletes doing You Can't See Me, and you're seeing it in major sports across the board.
This is undeniable.
It's one of those things that just takes on a life of its own.
I don't know what that's from.
You can't see me. My theme music is on. My younger brother Sean just did this dance that Tony Yayo did, moving his head around his hand. I said, I'm getting that on TV. It just overcame the meme culture.
As far as like cultural impact, it just shows how powerful he was.
He now is a pop culture sensation.
He transcended wrestling.
You can't see me.
Look at this crowd. We got thousands of them doing it. You know what we can see? An amazing night ahead. They're going to be headed inside Capital One Arena in a little bit to witness history. But right now, the party continues on with Cena Fan Fest outside Capital One Arena. Don't go anywhere. We got Sami Zayn next.
Respect. You can't see me. Never give up. If you want some, come get some.
What's going on?
Is a rabid WWE fan. It's
What's
like
up,
the rest of y'all
zombie?
up in here tonight, that's the truth.
What's going on, zombie?
But what makes Denise special, what makes Denise a true champion, is the fact that she has survived open heart surgery and is recovering very, very well. I promised Denise something special for her WWE event
I ain't sure
tonight,
where
something
Sean is, man.
that nobody else in the crowd could ever imagine to experience. Denise.
I text Sean, he didn't answer me.
To a true champion. I need you to take this hand off and just one time hold this championship high and let everybody know that you're a true soldier. Ladies and gentlemen, in case y'all didn't know, that is what it's all about. Denise, I love you. Keep getting healthy. Anaheim loves you. The WWE loves you. Everybody, a true champion in the house tonight. Show some West Coast love for my homegirl, Denise.
You all love Juan Cena.
We'll see. We'll see. John Cena walks out the door, and so does their viewership.
Back here in Washington, D.C., it's hosted 7 major premium live events through the years, but in so many ways, tonight's WWE event feels much more than any of those. The last time is now in our nation's capital for one of the most patriotic, salute the troops loving superstars.
You know, when you said that, I just realized Collision was on tonight. I didn't even realize Collision. I completely forgot that Collision was on tonight.
Families during this holiday season, superstars spend
I
time
completely
with
forgot
everyone,
about
gave out
Collision.
WWE toys and spread joy right here in Washington, D.C.
I don't think I've ever watched an episode of Collision.
For so many of us.
I don't think I've ever watched an episode of Collision.
The crowd chorus of gratitude that has followed everywhere we've gone. We've heard thank you, Cena. I think we all feel compelled for one last time to thank you, Cena. Sammy, your history with John Cena, listen, you go back to your debut in 2015 and then the full circle moment this September at the U.S. title match. This has to be an incredible night of reflection for you.
Oh, man, I'm really emotional, actually. You know, I don't know if you can relate to this, but the older I get, just the more emotional I get. And I'm even watching this package about him, and I'm like, oh, my God, it's really hitting me. And,
TNA could buy the library just to get the Ring of Honor library. The Ring of Honor library is probably pretty valuable with some of the matches. I think the Ring of Honor library is more valuable than the AEW library. The Ring of Honor library is more valuable because the Ring of Honor library has a lot of AJ Styles' career on it. It has a lot of Samoa Joe's career on it. Hell, it's got a lot of CM Punk's career on it.
You know what I mean? Like, you forget sometimes, like, we get
I personally think the Ring of Honor library is more valuable than the AEW library.
You know, where you are and what you're doing with yourself and all that. And sometimes you don't always get a chance to really hear what you meant to the fans, especially someone like John Cena, who's been at the forefront of all this stuff for 2 decades. Like, what he meant to these people. And, you know, they're going to tell you tonight.
Yes, they
They're
are.
going to tell you tonight exactly what he meant to them.
WWE will regret the ESPN deal. What it's going to do to their company long term is it's going to cause people to watch TNA. It's going to cause a lot of people to watch TNA.
And then you just hear how Cena and this, how it impacts. I don't know. I just found it very profound. And so, I don't know. I'm kind of looking at this whole final night for Cena in a different lens today. I think I was looking about it so much about how much it meant to me, what he meant to the company, what he meant to this generation, our generation of guys who are on the road, and he was mentoring us. And I kept thinking about it through that lens. But today, as I'm walking around Washington and I'm at the Smithsonian and I'm getting stopped left and right by people in Cena shirts and seeing how Cena took over this city tonight, I'm really looking at it through a new lens now of what he meant to like everyone, to every one of these people. You know what I mean? I think that's super special.
No, it absolutely is. You know,
Well, it's good for TNA, man. It's good for TNA wrestling.
it's the house shows. It's the time.
WWE, every time WWE and AEW make bad business decisions, it's good for TNA.
With Cena, with everyone. Do you have any favorite stories?
When they make bad business decisions, that's good for TNA wrestling.
Around the curtain, or the times, what was it, Hackensack with the, just kicking around with Cena. There's some of those moments where we just get to be kids together. Do you have any of those shared moments with Cena that stand out to you?
Well, I do feel privileged in that. Here's one thing this current crop, this generation won't get. They don't get those live events. They don't get to sit on the bus with Cena on those European tours, or have him sitting at the front of that monitor and pick his brain about. And sometimes it wasn't even picking his brain about like, hey, did you watch my match? Do you have any advice? It was just like when you hung out and you're eating catering and all that stuff after the show. It just kind of bleeds out, you know what I mean? Like it just pours out. It wasn't a formal thing like, come sit, young Padawan.
Right.
I'll teach you a thing or two about the business. Like you're joking, you're laughing, and you all love the same thing. And in that, first of all, those relationships, like you said, it's just so special. But yeah, you get a lot of wisdom. I don't have a particular thing.
We told you there's going to be some surprise guests. Hey, Sammy, I think we all should move over because Triple H, Paul Levesque, the Chief Content Officer, has arrived just in time. How about this crowd tonight? I mean, look at this. Paul, let's get you in here and continue the conversation. You know, we're all sitting here talking about the emotional reaction for the fans. We just have a big thank you, Cena.
I think TNA on AMC will be bigger than TNA on Spike TV.
Then you come here and arrive, and you start to take it all in, and you start to experience this.
TNA on AMC will be bigger than TNA on Spike TV.
Yeah, it's incredible. I got here yesterday in the morning, and to travel around DC and actually be able to see the reaction of people, see people that have flown in just to be here for this. It's an emotional thing, and I heard you out here talking about it. John's one of those unique people that I think people got to see through the character, see the persona that he presented on TV, to get to see.
Triple H is better than McMahon. I will say that. Triple H is better than looking at McMahon.
Everyday John Cena, everyday John Cena on that bus, in the cars. That's who you guys got to know, and that's a special human being. I think they got to see a percentage of that John Cena. I wish everybody could see the true human being. You see it in those moments where he's with a Make-A-Wish kid. You see it in those moments where he's individual with fans. But as wonderful as John Cena, the television performer, is, the human being is even a better person.
Paul, this week I heard something that you said.
He's better than McMahon. That's all I can say is he's better than Vince McMahon.
In the relationship, you said the sacred currency of the connection to the fans.
He's better than Vince McMahon.
That sacred currency for 20
But so is my shit. My shit is better than Vince McMahon. My dog shit is better than Vince McMahon.
Yeah, that's an incredible thing for John. Very few people can actually sort of live the pulse of the crowd, right? Like feel that so much beyond just like, oh, I hear them do this, let's do that. It's it's inside of them. It flows through John. And that sounds like this mystical thing, but he really can. There's so many times where I see him do stuff, whether it's a promo, whether it's just an interaction with somebody. I don't know, they call that an empath that can feel other people's emotions and get that out of themselves. But he really has that, like, in an extraordinary way that I've not seen very many people be able to have that. And that's why his connection with people is so strong. When John talks to you, he's not talking to you, he's listening to you, and he's feeling what you're feeling. And I don't know, he just has this incredible connection, not only with fans, but just with people. And that's what makes him such a wonderful human being.
I think that one of John's greatest contributions is the way he passes the torch, the way he's always trying to highlight the next generation.
I'll see you later, man. I wish you'd stay around. I wish you'd stay around.
But yet he pushed for the NXT talent tonight. Can you just speak to what we're going to see for people who are tuning in, who are just here to see John Cena in his retirement match? What are they going to see when they see a Sol Ruca, when they see a Javon Evans, when they see Leon Slater, when they see Obafemi? What are they going to see tonight?
You're going to see a future that is taking place right now. And that's really what John Cena is about, right? John's desire to leave this place better than he found it. His desire to give people the opportunities that he received and then knocked out of the park, right? Like he was there to take the pitch, but then did all the work to get it there. He just wants to see that for others. And part of him leaving it better than he found it is what you're going to watch tonight. It's, 21-year-old Javon Evans. It's 21-year-old Leon. It's 24, I believe, Sol Ruca. It's 26-year-old Obafemi. It's people that are just sort of cracking the surface of a moment in time that 20 years from now, we're going to be watching, in a place like this, the Obafemi final match in retirement, and knowing that John Cena is the one that set the table for him.
Well, the crazy thing is, he did that for us.
Right.
Like, when we were breaking out of NXT, he was still like putting the spotlight on us, and it's crazy now. It's 10, 15 years later, and he's still doing that.
That's the magic of this business, right? That is, and it takes people time to figure that out. Some never do, but like to me, the people that are the most successful and the most fulfilled when they leave this business are the people that thought about it from others' points of view and how they could give back to those people. I just said this to somebody today standing in the ring. We're in a fortunate place in time where we have an upper deck of talent that are they've been here a long time. They have a lot of experience. And there's this group of talent that are just coming up. That group at the top is more so than I've ever seen in any generation before this, willing to reach down and pick those kids up, bring them up to the top with them, put their own equity into those others and see them succeed. It's not about them. It's not about, well, I don't know what that does for me, or I don't know how that benefits me. It's actually about, hey, how can I bring those others up around me? They're not afraid of losing their spot. It's this really wonderful time in the business, and I can't wait because I think you saw it last night in SmackDown. I think you're going to see it in full glory tonight, and it's not just about these few talent that are getting this opportunity tonight. It's about all the others that are around them. Performance Center full of young talent, chomping at the bit to get that opportunity. And it's going to start tonight. And I think tonight is the launching point of something feeling new, fresh, and young, sort of permeating every level of our business.
Paul, you mentioned launching points. I can remember we're all sitting there at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California on January 6th last year when John comes out and addresses everybody and the path to winning the 17th World Championship was underway. We didn't know where any of this was going to go. Maybe you did a little bit. We didn't know. But it's been an incredible journey. There have been memorable moments. There have been some surprises. And now here we get the final chapter tonight. You're in the unique position with a lot of work left to go. Sammy, you're going to stick around. We can't thank you enough for sharing a little bit of time, even on a night as big as this.
Thank you for having me here. I've been feeling this all day long. as everybody is working so hard on this show, I'm just incredibly honored to be here tonight to witness this for John. It's such a special night for him, for everybody else. It's an honor to be here and to be a part of it. I wanted to come out here and just express that. I can't wait to see this all go down, and I'm so happy for John that he gets to call his shot, he gets to call his way out, and this is going to be a special night.
You know, a lot of times the artist mirrors the subject. The subject we're dealing with tonight is filled with gratitude. That's who he is, humility and gratitude, and I think we all reflect that tonight. Paul Triple H Levesque, give him a big hand here. As we continue on here, the countdown to Saturday night's main event. So many celebrities wishing John Cena well and congratulating him on the last time being now.
It is the end of an era. Cannot believe our friend John Cena is about to wrestle in his final WWE match.
John, you can't see us, but we can see you. It's been so inspiring to see what you've done from the doctor of thugonomics to ultimately the greatest of all time.
An absolutely incredible career. You work so hard and you do it with integrity.
You inspired so many people. You won a ton of championships. Almost impressive enough.
I'm trying to get my watch hours, man. I'm just trying to get my watch hours.
I guess no one's perfect.
It's so fucking hard.
7 Patriots.
John Cena, it's your boy Big Snoop Dogg. You know what it is. Congratulations, loved one. I'm going to smoke one. Matter of fact, I'm going to blow one for the pole one.
I gotta warn you, when you enter the grocery store or step into your garage, there's no entrance music at all in retirement unless you play it yourself on your AirPods. So, that's a free tip from me to you. Congrats again, pal.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
An amazing career. What you've done for the sport and for WWE is just insane. You're a legend. Congratulations.
And how about some Stratusfaction? One of those nights when you'll see everyone wanting to say they were there. Trish Stratus has come to Washington.
This holiday season, and then go home.
Have a safe trip home.
What is going on? If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe.
Snickers presents the best advice John Cena ever gave me. Hungry? Grab a Snickers.
I feel like John's probably giving me advice. I'm not the guy that really listens to people, though.
Best advice that John Cena has given me, don't wait to do what you want to do or say what you want to say. Do it then, do it now, and give it the opportunity.
Stick to your guns. Be yourself. Stay true to yourself.
Best advice he's ever given me. That's easy. The best advice John Cena has ever given to me, and he's given it to numerous talent, and it sounds redundant, but it's really not. Listen to the audience. Listen to the audience. And if you do, you'll never go wrong.
He said, one hill at a time, one mountain at a time. Climb and cross one at a time. There's so many things we try to do that we're like an octopus trying to handle so many things at once in life, and we overcomplicate things.
I'm just trying to get my watch hours, man.
The best one I would say, and it took a while for this to click with me, is you should be able to sum up who you are in one sentence. A lot of people just don't know who they are. You can see it in their eyes. It takes a while to click on. He can sum it up in one word, Superman. Now I can sum it up in one word, justified.
So, just this past SummerSlam, I had a match, but it wasn't my favorite match, and I didn't love the match. And I came back, and I was downtrodden, and I was upset. And he was like, hey, you good? You physically fine? I said, yeah. He's like, she physically fine? I said, yeah. He's like, did the crowd react? I said, yeah. He said, well, then what's the problem? And I said, it just wasn't my best. And he said, well, you get to do it tomorrow. And I think that kind of simple advice of, nothing is ever permanent in this business. And we can go
What's going on, Chris? What's going on, man?
one match,
I see you there. I see you there.
everything can turn everything around. And then the next night I went out, I had a pretty damn good promo.
Chris, have you hit that like button, man? Go ahead and hit that like
Name
button.
dropped him in that promo, and he texted me and he said, "See, can all turn around in one night."
56 minutes away from the last time being now John Cena's final match here in Washington, D.C. History will be made. Let's say hello again to Peter Rosenberg.
Tess, thank you so much. Here with my fellow TNB people. And look at all the incredible merch behind me. I just bought some. We'll get to that in a second. When you think of John Cena, you think about all the merchandise.
This guy's lying out his ass. He gets free merchandise. He's talking about he bought merch.
He was a fashion icon.
You know he gets free merchandise.
Throwbacks were dead. John Cena had the Mitchell and Ness throwback every single week.
Being the Doctor of Thugonomics character, I switched up my perspective on not to wear boots and tights since I learned from my failures. I had a bunch of boots and tights, but I also looked like everyone else. And then I kind of settled on the throwbacks.
I'll throw you back like my jersey.
It was great because I could wear the city's biggest rival when I was supposed to be rude.
Hell, I beat Brock like the Mets beat the Red Sox.
And then when the crowd began to turn, I could wear the city's biggest hero.
I'm repping Ohio State, giving competition Buckeye.
Trying to do everything you possibly can to create interest and excitement. And if for nothing else, people wanted to see what sports legends I would wear out there. I can tell you, super excited for our Survivor Series because we have the throwback San Diego uniform. New York is certainly an homage to New York, so you gotta keep it classy. And the last
What is going on, y'all? If you're new to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button.
what's on the uniform is far more meaningful.
We do this all the freaking time. Chris will verify. We are in here all the fucking time talking pro wrestling.
Even before that, I wore home colors in 2002, and here we are in 2025, and that's how I'm ending the story, exactly how I started. You know, it's that little Easter egg that nobody might get, but it's important to me. I'm like, man.
He don't annoy me. I don't watch AEW enough to annoy me. Excalibur is ridiculous. So wearing a mask at commentating. How fucking ridiculous is that?
Said, the jersey thing for John Cena continues all the way up until the last stop here in Washington, D.C. Let's take a look at some of the jerseys. We got the Washington Wizards 25 representing 25 years for John Cena. The Capitals 17-time champion jersey. And this one's for sale. The last time is now ever John Cena jersey. His college number 54. It goes all the way till the end tonight. What a cool opportunity to do that and celebrate with John Cena. Oh, and speaking of someone here to celebrate, Byron Saxton is with Trish Stratus.
You know, it felt like we needed a little Stratusfaction here tonight, and voila. WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus decked out in the John Cena gear, which I appreciate. But Trish, I feel like you have a very unique perspective on John Cena's retirement tour because you've done something similar. You've come back several times. You've competed at a very high level against various WWE superstars. In your opinion, how hard has it been for John to do what he's done over the last year?
I can't speak for John, but, he's done it for the entire year. I, sprinkled in a few times throughout the year, so there's a bit of a difference. But, it's just kind of like how he rolls. It's how that's how he's built, is to run like that, at that level. John Cena is a once-in-a-generation superstar, and I
Are
don't
you
think
serious?
in our lifetime we'll ever see anyone like that again. He comes back, and it's to say he's mastered the art of the comeback is a bit of an understatement. He comes back, he satiates the fans with his presence for sure, but the choices he makes ensures his legacy, but also the longevity of the business, which I think is what makes his comeback so impactful.
Trish, we appreciate your presence here tonight, and please enjoy the festivities tonight.
All right, guys, let's get into the match a little bit here. John Cena and Gunther, and Sammy, I'll start with you. We heard Gunther say that he promises to drop Cena on his head, to wrap his arms around his neck until all the hustle, loyalty, and respect has left his body.
Yeah, what do you want? What do you want me to say to that?
You tell me.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly capable of that. I mean, I felt it firsthand. I felt it with him in the ring many times. Anyone who's watched Gunther knows he's very capable. I actually, look, I mean, there was a whole tournament as to see who's going to be John Cena's last opponent. I know a lot of fans had a lot of opinions of who they personally would have wanted to see. My personal opinion is I think Gunther could not be a more perfect, there could not be a more perfect opponent for John Cena in his final.
How so? Why?
Gunther. I think he's perfect. I think he's the perfect foil. He's everything John Cena.
Gunther is not the perfect opponent. Gunther makes no sense to me.
You know, and John Cena's pure just heart and soul, and he's pure grit. I think it just writes itself. I just and that's not even to speak of the in-ring foil, the in-ring dynamic and contrast. And Gunther, say whatever you want about him in the ring.
I don't really want to get into that. It sounds too political. Sounds too political to get into.
Man, who else? It's perfect. He's a perfect opponent. It's going to be a very emotional night. Cena's going to feed off that emotion, and Gunther feeds off snuffing out that emotion. It's perfect.
I just think so. Typically in these spots, you think of retirement tours, retirement matches. You think of them as exhibitions in many ways. You think it's very friendly. We're all here. We're gonna have a good time. This is not going to be a good time for John Cena.
Gunther's the opposite of that in every respect. Oh, you want to have a good time? I'm here to ruin your good time.
That's exactly what he does.
And he enjoys it. He really genuinely enjoys it.
He revels in it. Look, this is going to be John Cena's most physical match this year, his most violent match. We haven't seen John Cena with a crimson mask in quite some time. I would not be shocked if we see that tonight. I think it could very well be a very bloody affair, but this is going to push Cena. This is going to test him in ways that I don't think he's ever been tested before. I have never been in the ring with Gunther, but I have seen his destruction. You felt it.
He's unbelievable.
There's no one like him. He is a marauder. He is someone who is going to try to run through John Cena and prove a point. Winning is not enough, and that's why in many ways, I fear for Cena a little bit here because winning is not the goal for Gunther. That is not the end game for him.
Yeah, but to be fair to Cena, countless people have tried to be the ones to tap him. Countless people have been the ones who say, I'm going to break you, I'm going to break your spirit.
But if anyone can, is it not Gunther? If anyone can, it's that man.
Yeah.
It's completely off topic, but I am a huge Indy Hartwell fan.
I agree.
I love Indy Hartwell.
That's what makes it so fascinating.
Sammy, great job up here,
Thanks so much, man.
Indy Hartwell is, I just love Indy Hartwell. I can't believe WWE had their chance with Indy Hartwell and they gave it up. But I'm glad because that means that she'll probably stick with TNA for a long, long time.
That you are world championship caliber. Heading into your match tonight against Bayley, do you believe it?
Honestly, yes, I do. I mean, the past few weeks have really opened my eyes. John Cena handpicked me to be in the Iron Survivor match, and my match tonight with Bayley.
John Cena's never been in a fight in his life.
I mean, I think this is just my time to show that I belong here and that I can.
John Cena's never done anything that really impressed me in the ring.
Your opponent being Bayley, and you talk about the fact that this is John Cena's final match.
I respect John Cena for putting up with Vince McMahon for so many years. And I respect for him what he became as a brand. He became a brand.
Try and focus on one day at a time, one match
But
at a
I
time,
don't
and tonight
care
I'm
much
just
for his
focused on
wrestling.
Bayley and just putting it all out there.
Soul, best of luck to you tonight, and guys, we'll send it back to you on the
He's
panel.
going to be a big blow to losing John Cena will be a major blow to WWE.
Yo, we're gonna do this for John Cena, okay? Y'all ready? People over there, what's up? If you love John Cena, say what's up. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? This is John Cena's farewell tour. John say he love us, we love you more. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? June 25th, 2002. Ruthless aggression, doesn't argue attitude. Word life, showed us all. The bigger they come, the harder they fall. Hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up. He said if you ever fall down, get back up. You can't see me, I see you now. And if you see tears, know that I'm proud. John, I salute you, standing at attention. Saturday night's main event, farewell edition. If this is it, your farewell tour, all your dedication made us love you more. People over there, what's up? If you love my brother, say what's up. What's up? What's up? John Cena, farewell tour. All your dedication made us love you more. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? People over there, what's up? If you love John Cena, say what's up. What's up? What's
Ron Killens, baby.
What's up?
Ron Killens.
Farewell tour.
Only R-Truth can pull that off in front of thousands of fans here outside Capital One Arena. The countdown to Saturday night's main event. R-Truth delivering with the bespoke lyrics. Get up here, Ronnie. R-Truth, come on up here to the set. That is awesome stuff by R-Truth.
One of a kind, man.
Did you have those lyrics?
One of a kind. Look, he remixed it for this event only, man.
I witnessed him beforehand, practicing, going over, really wanted to get that right. And you know, Truth really cares about music. It's a big deal to come up with an original song like that and do it live. Very cool.
Ron Killens, baby.
Absolutely. R-Truth's going to make his way up to the set here.
R-Truth, my ass.
John Cena.
Well, I've been excited. I've been waiting all week for us to have this conversation because I really think you can't talk about John Cena's legacy without talking about the music. Now, he had the look, he had the tools, but I think there's a great chance that if John Cena doesn't start rapping, we are not sitting here celebrating him 20 years later.
No, absolutely. Stephanie's going to have a conversation talking about the bus and learning that John Cena could rap and how that kicked everything off. This man has a platinum album. Like, a platinum album as the greatest to ever do it. It's truly incredible.
Here comes Ronnie.
His impact with hip-hop and whatnot.
That was
got
awesome.
Finally.
That was awesome. Take a seat.
Welcome, Ronnie.
Big ol'
Okay. All right.
We don't need to do this right now.
Peter, continue that conversation
This is perfect to bring
with R-Truth.
into. So one of the coolest things you have to understand about John Cena, and I didn't quite realize this till recently, I found an old interview I did with him like 15 years ago where we talked a lot about his rap career. John started rapping like a few months before the whole thing blew up. He hadn't been doing it his whole life. He kind of messed around and then took it seriously. And then he met a rapper by the name of Freddie Fox, a.k.a. Bumpy Knuckles, a super underground rapper, right? And Freddie really respected John's effort level, and they started working together. I reached out to Bumpy Knuckles.
Did you really?
I did. I hit up Bumpy Knuckles, and I said, what was it about John Cena? And he said he was impressed with his confidence, first of all, to have been rapping so little, but taking it so seriously. He also said they became friends when they started to exchange cultures. He brought Bumpy Knuckles to West Newbury, Massachusetts. Freddie Fox brought John Cena to the street. All right? They really did that. And then the last thing he said, I said, what about how did he handle the business of it all? And Bumpy, never wanted to be a dishonest man, said, WWE had no idea why he was bringing in this underground rapper, what I could do to help him out. John Cena went to him, took care of him himself, and said, I'm going to make sure I do right by you. Freddie Fox appeared on 3 songs on the album. The rest is history. Platinum album, Bad Man, Word Life, Basic Thugonomics,
the Merge Hustle remix.
The Merge Hustle remix.
Bro, and I heard, speaking of, I heard y'all got a track together. An unreleased track. Are we going to hear this track?
No. I'm sorry. I promise you we will never.
Is today going to be the day when you finally tell the story of how you and John got into that famous fist fight in the airport way back in the day?
Hey, matter of fact, that was nothing but hogwash. Hogwash means a lie.
Never happened.
It never happened.
Because the rumor was there was beef when Truth was Ron Killings in TNA and John blew up in WWE. Yes. The rumor was there was beef over rapping wrestlers.
Yes.
But you never actually fought.
We saw each other in the airport and it was like, hi. That was it. Conan, K-Dog, either one, he said, people was actually.
I can't believe they're talking about this.
Saw each other. What happened? And I was like, nothing. And Conan was like, bro, that sounds boring. It's boring, bro. He left sad. You have to give him excitement. So the next person said, hey, I heard you saw Cena in the airport. What happened? And I'm like, nothing, bro. We said hi. But you didn't tell him when you and Cena started fighting, though. And it went from there.
And it hit the internet.
Yes.
You feeling the energy out there?
The energy is there.
They just talked about Ron Killings in TNA.
Y'all love
when John Cena was in WWE and Ron Killings was in TNA, and there was supposedly beef that they were both rapping wrestlers.
I had to, man. He's done so much for us, everybody, not just inside the locker room, but outside, dog. So this is his day. This is your day, dog.
And we're glad you're sharing it with us.
Appreciate
Our
it.
truth. It is so rare that a broadcaster becomes forever linked to a superstar newsmaker. Listen, Muhammad Ali had Howard Cosell, and for a generation plus now, John Cena has had Michael Cole.
TNA knows how to book better than everybody.
John Cena's final match.
TNA knows how to book better than everybody. But it's a new talent. It's not a talent they've always had.
Wrestling commentator, it was the American dream. For my predecessor, Jim Ross, it was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The Austin era has begun.
For me, it was the greatest of all time.
John Cena is the GOAT.
Wrestlers who dominated their generation, allowing us the honor of providing the soundtracks for our generation. There are three words which have defined Cena's career, frankly, his life. And these three words have strengthened me, possessed me, and buoyed me throughout my journey in this business. Hustle. An immeasurable drive to be the best. To have missed just a handful of shows in nearly 30 years. The most important thing to me when I finally wrap all this up will be my work ethic. Loyalty, blind faith, sometimes to a fault. But I'll never ask for forgiveness. This company is where I grew into the man I am today. Respect. Treat everyone the same, no matter their position. And to spend countless years...
I don't know who's making the inappropriate comments, but YouTube's censoring somebody. I can't see what the last two comments were.
John Cena has meant everything to me.
Whatever the last two comments were got censored.
The greatest of all time, only because I was in the right place at the right time. I can't believe that later tonight will be the final time my longtime friend will step into a WWE ring. The final time I will say,
STF, 5-knuckle shuffle, 17 times.
I have no idea why he left.
I apologize in advance because I will be biased tonight. I apologize in advance because I will be extremely emotional tonight. But I will ask for no acquittal when I scream at the top of my lungs, one final time. The greatest of all time, John Cena.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you talk about the GOAT in the wrestling industry, it's all subjective, right? And no matter what anybody believes, I believe that John Cena is the greatest of all time. Tonight is going to be an emotional night, not only for me, not only for the talent back in the locker room, not only for all those behind the scenes who've been along this 23-plus year ride with John Cena, but for all of you, the 19,000 plus who showed up here tonight in Washington, D.C. for this event, the millions who are watching it at home globally to, well, watch the final match of the GOAT's career. It is going to be my honor. It is going to be my privilege to sit there.
I don't blame anybody who left after Hogan, though. And that really includes AJ Styles. I don't blame anybody who left after Hulk Hogan.
Inside a WWE ring.
It was bad, man. It was real bad.
Get underway to say to John Cena, thank you. Well, the countdown to Saturday night's main event is presented by Cricket. Join Cricket Nation and get reliable nationwide 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket. The countdown rolls on from DC. Coming up next.
Hey, John, it's Kurt Angle. I personally want to congratulate you on an incredible career. You are legendary, my friend.
To get in the ring with John Cena is a privilege. And you got a friend for life.
Thank you for always giving your time to us. Thank you for answering every single question. It'll mean more than you'll ever know.
The utmost respect and love to John.
Thank you for always being true to who you are. You've always been a role model to me, a role model for everyone in this industry.
From my family to you, Uce, I want to say we love you.
You are so much more than John Cena, the professional wrestler. You are a remarkable man, and I couldn't be more proud to know you. Thank you for everything.
I certainly wouldn't be back here if it wasn't for you. Contrary to popular belief, you've always inspired me to be back and be in your presence as you gracefully exit this wonderful circus of a business. As always, I'm just following your lead. Thank you, John.
Don West was one of the best. Don West, you got to be kidding me. Just echoes in my mind.
This is where I keep all my stuff. You always got to, keep track of footage, and you always got to try to get better. One of the ways you can get better in ring is watching stuff on tape, not only your own stuff, but guys you idolized, guys that you like now, guys that you liked in the past. There's so much stuff that I try to keep up on. There's so much wrestling out there, and you can learn from all of it. Even the stuff that's considered is not very good. You can learn why it wasn't good and what was wrong about it, or even take the small things that were good about it. I try to watch these as much as I can, and in the near future, actually, within the next week, I'm going to get a DVD rewritable drive so I can actually convert these to DVD. Best of Mysterio. This is unbelievable. This tape is this tape is off the grid. Ray does some unbelievable stuff. Dynamite Kid. This is a compilation with Dynamite Kid. He pretty much revolutionized the business back in the mid '80s or the early '80s. The history of the IC title. I like watching a lot of old NWA stuff. I have all the Clash of Champions. All the Great American Bashes. That's the Tiger Mask. Tiger Mask was another one that was great. They had their own style, and it was really creative. And it's fun to watch them work because they're so ahead of their time. This is probably one of my better tapes. I'm a big fan of Ted DiBiase. I'm also a big fan of Randy Savage, and I'm a big fan of Mr. Perfect. This is a 6-hour compilation of all of them. It's some real good stuff. Some of the early Randy Savage stuff, some of the DiBiase stuff when he was in Mid-South. And some of Mr. Perfect's best stuff with it. This is one that I watch over and over again. I always liked these guys growing up. I thought DiBiase was great. At the time when I was growing up, he wasn't so great because he was going against Hulk, and of course I was a Hulkamaniac. But now that I look back and I watch it, I realize that
That's right. TNA started in 2002. I was at the first show in Huntsville, Alabama.
Somewhere in here is my WrestleMania 3 tape, which is the best tape ever because I think that is by far the best pay-per-view ever. That was spectacular as a kid. That sticks out in my mind. All those people in the Silver Dome, and they're going to the ring in the little ring carts. There's so much knowledge in here, and I just don't want it to go neglected. And I know that there's so much more than this out there, and I try to get my hands on whatever I can, and I try to get it from any source that I can. I spend half my money on boots and half my money on tapes.
Huge disappointment. It's why I never flipped over and watched WWF. I talked about that in my How I Became a Wrestling Fan video.
He's kind of transcended decades and generations of wrestlers.
That's why I never watched WWE. Because that angle was their one shot to bring me in as a fan. And it never happened.
John made himself a staple of WrestleMania.
Going to the ring is everything. Interaction with boldness.
I think that's a video idea, though. Why I think I'm going to do that video. Why I never became a WWE fan.
Always trying to improve, even though he is the greatest of all time.
I think that makes a good video.
Here at WrestleMania, and this audience is going to remind him and remind you how special John Cena is to us.
One of one. Only one person to be able to do that. He's John Cena.
Well, we are just over 30 minutes away from the final match in the career of John Cena here inside Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. The fans are excited. I know you could be louder than that because as the clock counts down to the final time before sliding into that ring for his last match. It will mark the 726th televised match of John Cena's career. And for most of those matches, there was one man following him down this ramp and into that ring, and we could not do a show on John Cena's career without hearing from cameraman Stu. So Stu, if you don't mind, can you join me over here so we can get your perspective on one John Cena? They love you, Stu. They're chanting you before I even said your name. Give it up for Stu, he deserves it. Listen, the WWE Universe has seen John Cena through your eyes for literal decades. So let me ask you this. What do you think separates John Cena from any other superstar? What makes him special?
Well, he's a good man. I mean, he is good from top to bottom all the way through. And that's a rarity. I mean, all the way through. I mean, you gotta love the man. He's thick with, I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, what can you say? You need actually to have, the guys on the headset, the guys in the truck are talking to me. It's a little rough to listen to. So if they'd hush, I could answer your question.
You are on the clock. This is true. Is this emotional for you?
No, I'm happy. I'm happy emotional because John can do whatever he wants and he's going to do something great. And he did something great here. And all these people are here to see him, and he's the center of attention, as he should be. He's a good man.
Well said, Stu. Listen, I think it's time to get to work, so let's make our way up the ramp because you put that headset back on and let those guys in the truck get back to talking to you. We are going to head up this ramp, though, because we have a very, very special guest joining us here in just a few moments. We could not talk about the career of John Cena without talking to one, Stephanie McMahon.
I'm never gonna be done alone. Now welcome to the Queen Show.
Stephanie McMahon, thank you for doing this. Listen, we're going to go this way, yes, and show off this crowd that is here to see John Cena.
Crowd that's here tonight.
Stephanie, we have been talking all year long, all week long, about the unbelievable career of one John Cena. You have seen it from the very beginning until now. You've seen a lot of special people come in and out of WWE. What makes John Cena special?
Oh my God, a million things make John Cena special. And I'm so privileged and honored to be here tonight, as I think everybody here is going to be witnessing such a remarkable piece of history and a tribute to someone who's truly given everything that he has for all of this time. And for me personally, it's the first time that I've ever been around for someone's entire career. From the very beginning when I heard him rap, and as John gives me credit for allowing him to try that on TV, I mean, to now, to be here for his final match, his last match ever, it's kind of hard to fathom. But you know, John Cena, everybody knows him as the GOAT. They know him as the Never Seen 17. They know him as a true hero. But John Cena is an even bigger hero outside of the ring. He has granted more wishes for kids at the Make-A-Wish Foundation who are fighting critical illness than any other athlete, entertainer, superstar, musician, you name it. He is a remarkable human being with a huge, giant heart. And if you've never heard that before, well, you'll have the opportunity to see it yourself. Let's take a look.
Icon. You want some? Come get some. Champion. John Cena is the 17-time world champion. Cheered by millions. But maybe,
John Cena's greatest achievements have come with an audience of one. One wish at a time.
You can't see me. Can we take a picture together?
Yeah, of course.
There's someone fighting some circumstances, and the one thing they'd like to do is hang out with you. Do you have time for that? 100%, we're going to do that. He's a natural, what can I say?
John Cena has granted more than 650 wishes for wish children.
So I was in the neighborhood, and I heard about this hero, this true champion who always fights, never gives up, and I really wanted the chance to meet you in person.
His courage and his resilience and his positivity.
What is going on, y'all? If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you love professional wrestling, this is probably the good channel for you.
To understand the power of a family's wish, start with a family like Jesus Lucero's.
Turn around. There you go.
He has a rare form of epilepsy. It's called Lennox-Gastaut.
And it will happen.
It makes it hard.
If I'm honest, it'll probably be TNA. I can see TNA ending up on Turner at some point.
John Cena, that's right. He just lights up when he sees John Cena. It makes me happy because he's so happy. And that's all I want for him, is for him to be happy.
When Jesus was asked for a wish, his answer was immediate. And it was granted at the Royal Rumble last February.
He just walked in and just started talking to you like he knew you forever.
Right, yeah, that's him right there, look.
I was watching Hulk Hogan versus...
Yeah, that's your guy right there.
He actually invested time in the kids. And that's what made it special.
From an unforgettable meeting to a young man Cena never got to meet, but moved just as deeply.
I couldn't have been. I don't know how to do it.
Peter Mujia was born in 2001 with spina bifida, a condition that placed him in a wheelchair throughout his life.
His spirit was there. His spirit didn't change. He was saying, I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep fighting. What was keeping him going is the entertainment from John. It was all about Cena.
Cena was a constant in Peter's life, even when Peter's heart stopped during an emergency procedure in 2017. He'd spend nearly the next 6 years in a hospital room, surrounded by all things Cena. And during COVID, while John was unable to see Peter in person, he still granted a wish.
Hey Peter, 16-time WWE champ John Cena here with a few important messages.
You could see from his face, he was so happy, like everything just changed. It was such a beautiful video.
Your family has told me that you have some tough days and you handle them exactly like a champ. And that's really admirable. I think the phrase never give up has gotten me through a lot of tough places in life. And even when my back's against the wall, those 3 words keep me pushing forward.
Over and over, the voice and the words that John Cena shared with him. And the strength he saw.
We just hit an hour and a half on this stream. I killed the stream you were watching earlier. This is actually a second stream. So we just hit an hour and a half on this stream of watch time.
But the feeling of his family endures.
I wish it's a gift. Like you never expected. Something brings joy to you. Something that brings strength to you. You created joy in his life that we'll never forget. I salute you, John.
The simple granting of a wish can give hope, can give strength, can give motivation. Something that may only be for a moment, but it lasts much, much longer than that.
For an audience of one, John Cena is forever. One family, one moment, one wish at a time.
We're about to. I'm a little confused on it there. So well done by award-winning journalist Tom Rinaldi. Folks, we are only 21 minutes away now from the last time as now. Joe Tessitore and the Crews, we've made our way inside Capital One Arena. I will share with that, coming off that story, that on a personal note, we have a dear friend who was one of those Make-A-Wish children, and he wanted to meet John Cena as a young boy. He did, and it gave him the fight that he needed. That young boy overcame a rare genetic, life-threatening disease. Last month, he was at Madison Square Garden as a full, healthy man to see John Cena in his goodbye.
Okay, I hear you,
This
man. I hear
arena
you.
is absolutely decked out to celebrate John Cena, ready for the challenge.
I'll see you when you get
One
back.
last match against the tough, determined warrior. More and more legends are arriving. Booker T is here on a night when Cena wants to see NXT stars get their spotlight. Well, there's Booker T, who takes so much pride himself as a coach and a broadcaster at NXT. And Rob Van Dam is here in Washington, D.C. RVD's history with Cena goes back to 2006. Cashed in on his Money in the Bank briefcase against Cena to become a double champion. As we continue getting ready for the last time is now, John Cena's final match. Joe Tessitore, Big E, and Jesse the Body Ventura, the original broadcaster of Saturday night's main event. You watch that great piece there with John Cena and you think about everything he's accomplished. In the end, what will be John Cena's lasting legacy?
Well, Mean Joe, it's this. It's this. John Cena was the face of the WWE since really the turn of the century. Now, I say this with everything. To be on top in this business for 5 years is an exceptional feat. He has done it nearly 20 to 25 years. That's unheard of. That he would be the face and the man in the World Wrestling entertainment world. And so John Cena deserves everything he gets tonight. He earned it. And I'll say this, goody for him, because some of us didn't get a last match, did we?
You got one more in you, Jesse? We could get you out there real quick.
Let me think about it.
Hey, Biggie, there are so many directions we could go here when it comes to the legacy of John Cena. Hustle, loyalty, and respect, and how that became a cultural phenomenon. Everything he did in becoming a mainstream icon, or simply this, the record-breaking championship status. He's the only one with 17.
No, he stands alone there. Look, I think when I think about John Cena's legacy, I think about his impact on this generation of children. So many who are inspired to not give up. So many who are inspired to fight. I've seen so many Cena shirts over the decades. Those Cena kids who grew up to be Cena adults and who used those lessons from John Cena as they grew up in their adult years to work hard, to stay consistent, all those things. I truly think he inspired so many people.
He did, but
yes.
you got to remember one other thing.
What's that?
If he won it 17 times, that means he
lost it 17 times. I know, Jesse. I know.
We were in the middle of a conversation outside before we came inside, and I didn't give you a chance to finish up, and that is strictly the matchup with Gunther. We heard what Sammy had to say, but when you dig into this matchup deeper, how do you see it?
I see this one as a brutal one. We all would love to see John Cena go out with a big win, but I don't think he gets it here tonight. I think Gunther is a marauder. I think he's focused. I don't like it either. I don't want to see it either. But I think Gunther in John Cena's final match, I think he makes John Cena tap out.
Wow. Jesse, you agree with that?
I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll tell you what. I will agree with that, and I will like it.
We're
I'll be
16
different from
minutes
him. I'll
away
like
from
it.
the last time being now John Cena's final match as we continue visiting with Sam and Megan. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, guys. We're back here with The Miz on John Cena's last night. Miz, as much as your career has been connected with John Cena's and John Cena's with yours.
Has it? Has it? Because I seem to forget, because on your podcast, you don't talk about it. The internet doesn't talk about it. They didn't yearn for me to have one last match, one final match with John Cena, but they tweeted about AJ and gave him that match. They didn't give me that match. They're acting like the end of this book, I was in a valuable chapter, a main character. You're acting like the end of this era, I wasn't part of the beginning, middle, and every single part that mattered. I went into catering, and they were giving cappuccinos with people's faces on it. I said, can I have mine? They said, we're only doing people that have matches tonight. Matches tonight. I should be a valuable part of this show. I hate you.
That was a terrible question. Byron, we'll send it over to you.
Thank you, Megan, Sam. I had the distinction of talking to you, CM Punk, and the reason why I call this a distinction because you've been part of almost every machination of John Cena's career. You were there at WrestleMania 22 as a mobster extra during Cena's entrance. You two had one of the greatest rivalries in WWE history, and then most recently, you faced John Cena during his retirement tour. How wild is it for you to know that this is the final night John Cena will step inside that ring?
I don't think I have the words or the time at the moment to fully encapsulate an answer that would satisfy the question that you asked. All I know
I'll
is,
see you in the next one.
They often say you don't know what you got until it's gone. But in this case, John